Magandang araw. I'm going to give a supplemental lecture recorded for your review for your makeup exam tomorrow. So this is for the normal distribution. So papasadahan ko lang to ha. Suppose you have 5 students took the quiz. So itsura niya yung nakascore na 3, 2, and 1. These are the x or the variables. Ibig sabihin, ang score niya, yung value ng x is 3, 2, 1. So, tatlo. And then, these are the frequencies. Ibig sabihin, ilang beses silang lumabas. So, a score of 3, isang beses lumabas. Score of 2 is 3, and so on and so forth. And then, you can see, palaging sa dulo, it's the total. Alright? So, 1, 3, 1, total is 5. So, kung makikita nyo, parang hat siya. But eventually, as the sample size grew, bigger, so i-appreciate lang natin na kunwari may 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 na scores, no? Tapos yung frequency niya is 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. So napapansin natin dumadami yung steps. Ang pinapakita lang naman dito ay habang dumadami siya, it follows a particular trend. Alright? It follows a particular trend na ganito. So nagiging mountain siya. Or parang bell. Nagiging itsura niya ay bell. So, ayan, habang dumadami siya, habang dumadami yung sample size natin, it is following a particular shape. It's becoming more like a bell. So, yan ang tinatawag na normal curve or bell curve. So, many events in real life generate random variables, okay? So, mag-move forward na tayo. Kasi our objective is for you to answer yung mga questions sa problem solving sa yung mga items sa exam. So ang properties of a normal probability distribution is it should be bell shape. Ibig sabihin curve siya, hindi siya straight line. Curve or meron siyang curvature. Okay? The curve is symmetrical, meaning kung ano yung pantay siya, kung ano yung shape sa kaliwa, ganun din yung shape sa kanan. This will be important in the z-table values kasi mapasakaliwa yan or mapasakanan. Kung ano yung lumabas na area dun sa z-value, it will be the same dun sa left, whether left siya or right, whether negative or positive. And then, the mean, median, and the mode coincide at the center. The width of the curve is determined by the standard deviation of the distribution. The tails of the curve flatten out indefinitely. Ibig sabihin asymptotic. Itong line na to, infinity to the left. At itong isa, infinity to the right. And then, ang isang dyan is just like probabilities. So, recall, probability is, ang values ng probability is only 0 to 1. Or in percentage, 0% to 100%. Hindi siya pwedeng maging negative. So same here, 'di ba, when we compute areas, hindi siya pwedeng maging negative. Either 0 siya or walang area hanggang 100% yung area niya. Okay. So sinasabi lang dito, ang mga parameters niya ay ang mean at saka yung standard deviation. Okay? So the mean controls the location. Pero hindi naman natin to hindi na natin to papasadahan kasi alam naman natin na ang mean ay mu at ang standard deviation ay sigma. Ito sinasabi niya yung sigma, kapag malapad yung sigma niya, malaki yung sigma, nagiging malapad din yung bell mo o yung normal distribution mo. Lumiliit siya tapos lumalapad. So that's yun yung objective, yun yung function ng standard deviation. If it is narrower, mas matangkad siya, saka mas payat. So, mean and standard deviation of normal density. Sinasabi lang dito, ayan, yung mu, yung mean, is palaging nasa gitna, and the standard deviation is yung value nito. Okay. So, kung maalala ninyo, di ba, ang total nito, yung buong shape nito, yung buong shape nito ay 100%, di ba? So may sinasabi siya na kapag from the mean, pag 1 standard deviation sa right, saka 1 standard deviation sa left, Okay? So that is equivalent to 68%. Kapag 2 standard deviations from the right and then 2 standard deviations from the left, it will yield a 95%. And then pag 3 standard deviations from the right and 3 standard deviations from the left, from here to here, it will yield almost 100% but not 100% kasi remember, ito ay infinity. Ito, yung mga nasa dulong ito, infinity. So, it never touches 100%. Never complete kasi infinity siya. Okay? So, how to build this one? So, suppose that you have a mean of 100 and a standard deviation of 15. Mu is mean, and sigma is standard deviation. So, you just place the mean at the middle, tapos plus 15, plus 1 standard deviation, which is 115, and then plus another standard deviation, 15, so that's 130, plus another standard deviation, that is 145. So, this is the normal distribution of the adult intelligence scores. Okay? Yan. Tapos sa kaliwa, ganun din. Minus lang. 100 minus 15, 85. Minus 15, 70. Minus 15 is 55. Okay. So, similar lang ito. So, yun nga. Ito ngayon, yung kanina is a normal curve. Pero, pag 0 yung gitna, 0 yung mean, tapos, yung mga values nito is 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviations, 3 standard deviations. Ang tawag dito ay standard normal curve. Why standard? Kasi dito nag-a-apply yung mga areas nung sa Z distribution ninyo. These are actual Z-scores. Yung Z-scores, yung mga distansya nila from yung values niya relative to the mean, di ba? Mamaya yung formula niya ipapakita natin. So, a standard normal curve is a normal probability distribution that has mean 0 and standard deviation of 1. By substituting the mean 0 and standard deviation 1 in the formula, we can find areas under the normal curve. Okay? So, yan. At ang tawag dito ay standard normal curve. Yung sa isa, yung kanina, yung merong 100 sa gitna, yung actual mean na nasa gitna, hindi 0, normal curve lang yon. So, mamaya, i-discuss natin yung relationship ng dalawa at saka dun sa exam, ano yung gagawin ninyo? Paano mangyayari yun? Okay. Ayun, na-explain na natin to kanina, no? So, from negative 1 to positive 1, that is 60%, 68% of the data. From negative 2 to positive 2, that's 95% area. And from negative 3 to positive 3, almost 100%, 99.7% of the data. Okay? So, this is the Z-score. So, the Z-score measures how many standard deviations a specific data point is above or below the mean. Relative to the mean. If the value is positive, then it is above the mean. Mas mataas siya. So, nasa kanan siya. Pag negative yung value, ibig sabihin less than the mean siya. Diba? This is your score. This is your x or your value of x. Tapos, pag mas maliit siya, based on the formula, magiging negative. Kasi pag sinubtract mo yung mas maliit sa mas malaki, negative. But, pag ang mas malaki itong x kesa dun sa mean, positive siya. And then, you just divide it with the standard deviation sa Z. So, it standardizes data to our normal distribution with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1, allowing comparison between different data sets. A positive score indicates above average, while negative indicates below average. So, example. So, the average math score of a class is 75 with a standard deviation of 5. A student scored 85. So, paano natin kukumputin yan? So, ang solution yan, Z equals X, which is X, yung student scored. So, yung score niya. Malalaman mo ito ay mean kapag sinasabi, malalaman mo naman na ito ay mean kasi sinasabi sa sa problem ay average or mean is 75. So, this is your x and then this is your mean. So, 85 minus 75 is 5 divided by 10 is 85 minus 75 is 10 divided by 5. Therefore, z is equal to 2. Bakit positive? Kasi the x is bigger than the mean. 85 minus 75 is positive 10. Okay? How about this one? A score below the mean. Paano nagiging negative? For example, ang average niya is 150. Tapos, ang standard deviation daw ay 20. Suppose, a student score, or student, yung price niya, yung x niya is 120. So, recall, 120 is less than 150. So, ang z value mo, ang z-score mo is 120 minus 150 equals, divided by 20. So, 120 minus 150 is negative 30. So, negative 30 over 20 is equal to negative 1.5. Remember, kapag negative ang x, kapag smaller or less yung value ng x relative to the mean, your z-score should be negative. If it is bigger than the mean, it should be positive. Pag mamaya papakita natin. So, ito, another example. What if yung x mo, the student's height is 165 centimeters and then your average is 165 centimeters with your standard deviation of 6 centimeters. So, this is the formula. 165 minus 165. We know that yan will equal to 0. So, ibig sabihin, nandun siya sa mean. Alright? 0 over 6. Ibig sabihin, 0 yung z-score mo. Kumbaga sa, kung nasa bell, na normal, standard normal curve, nandun siya sa mean. Your z is equal to the mean. So, let me introduce to you again the table of areas under the normal curve. So, remember, ito yung mga value or yung area if z is equal to 0. So, remember, nagsisimula siya sa gitna. Hindi ako makapag-drawing, let me draw, Pag kunwari, ito yung normal curve mo, ayan, siya yung nasa gitna. Okay, magsa-start yan sa gitna. So, pag nagsimula siya sa gitna, yung origin niya is yung mean. If your z is equal to 0 or mean is equal, yung z score mo is equal to your 0 or your mu or your mean, the area is 0. Ibig sabihin, wala pa siyang sinishade. Tapos, as it increases, kung mapapansin mo, ito, konting lang. If the z-score is gradually increasing, 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, the area, yung sinishade na area, tumataas. Nagkakaroon ng shaded area yan. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung gradual. So, yung dulo is 0.09, 0.0359. Ang continuation niyan is the next row. The next row is 0.0398. Kasi after ng 0.09, ang kasunod niyan is 0.10 or 0.1. So, ibig sabihin, lang yan? Ang mangyayari dyan, sunod-sunod lang yan. Horizontal, ganyan. So, pag tumingin tayo ng area, for example, binigay ko sa'yo 1.1. So, ibig sabihin, titingin ka, the z value is 1.1. So, eto yun. 1.1. Meron pa bang kasunod yung Wala. So, the area is 0.3643. What if sinabi ko the area is 1.12? So, from here, from this row, 1.1, tapos magdadagdag ka lang ng 0.02. Idadagdag mo siya. So, the area of 1.12 is 0.3686. Okay? So, nakuha naman ng marami yan eh. So, mamaya hindi na tayo pupunta sa normal curve. Kindly refer na lang to the table of area na binigay ko sa inyo para malaman nyo kung ano yung relative area pag ang z value ay binigay na ganito. And by the way, this is not the entire table of area. Ano lang siya, portion lang siya. Mahaba pa yan hanggang dun sa z-score na 3 point something. Remember, pag yung z-score niya is 3, parang from left, negative 3 to right, positive 3 na z-score, almost 99.7 or almost 100% na yung nako-cover niya. So, the table of area under the normal curve, umaabot lang yan hanggang 3 point something. Rare na yung lalabas yung z-value na 4 point something or 5 point something. Pag na-compute nyo na ganun yung yung z-score nyo, baka may mali sa computation ninyo. Kasi, dapat lang yan, within 0 saka 3.5 or 4.5 something. Doon sa mga pinapakompute ko sa inyo sa exam. So, shaded region of the normal curve and expected mathematical operation. Okay. Kapag yung binigay na pag ang binigay na sa inyo, given or problem is to the right of z. So, ganyan yung itsura niyan. To the right of positive z. Positive z kasi, siya, greater than 0, kaya siya nasa right, di ba? Tapos to the right pa. Ibig sabihin, ang shaded region should be this one, yung right. Tapos kapag sinabing to the left of negative, ibig sabihin, negative yung z mo kasi nasa left siya na 0, less than 0 siya, so negative, di ba? So, left pa, to the left of negative, so the shaded region should be here, dun sa left, hanggang infinity. So, pag ganyan, ang dapat kukunin mo ay subtraction. Kasi recall, diba, ang total nito, can I zoom in? Hindi pala pwedeng i-zoom in ito, no? Suppose that, yung yung area nyo ay, this is the bell shape, ang total niya is 100%. If you cut it in half, it is equivalent to 50% or 0.05. Ang concern lang naman natin ay yung shaded region. So, we need to subtract 0.5 from what is given by the table. Remember, yung table ninyo, nagsisimula yan sa 0 hanggang z. Kung ano yung binigay nung table, 0 hanggang z. So, yun yung area niya. Yung white region, yun yung area niya. Para makuha mo yung shaded region, you have to subtract 0.5. Okay? So, area is equal to 0.5 minus yung area na nakalagay dun sa z table. Mamaya, magbibigay tayo ng examples niyan. Ngayon, ito naman ay obvious. Pag sinabi na negative, dapat negative negative z1 and then positive yung z2. Kapag ganyan, ang gagawin natin, i-add lang natin yung area na nakuha natin from z1 kasi yung area niyan is 0 to negative z1. Kung ano yung area dun sa binigay ng table. Tapos i-add mo yung area na ibibigay ng from 0 to Z2, yung binigay na Z2. So, kapag ganyan ang shaded region mo, i-add mo lang silang dalawa. O mamaya, ipapakita ko kung paano yan. And then, paano pag katulad nito, kaya lang magkabilang side. Kunwari, binigay ko to the right of the positive and to the left of a negative Z. Dalawa yung Z mo, no? So, to the right of positive Z and to the left of negative z. So, ang mangyayari dyan, gagawin mo muna itong isa. So, isusubtract mo muna sa 0.5 minus yung area na ibibigay nito, yung 0 to z2. So, it will give you the area of the shaded region. And then, sa kaliwa naman, yung kukunin mo yung bibigay ng table, yung 0 to Z1, so that is equivalent yun area. Tapos isusubtract mo sa 5. So sa 0.5. 0.5 minus the area, that is the shaded region. And then, i-add mo silang dalawa. So subtraction first, yung parang dito sa taas. And then, you're going to do it 2 times kasi magkabilang side. And then, kung ano yung nakuha mo sa dalawang area, i-add mo silang dalawa. Okay? Next, kailan to nangyayari? Yung parang halos lahat nako-cover. Pag dito, ang sasabihin niya, to the right of a positive Z. Dito, ibibigay niya to the right of a negative Z-score. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung Z mo ay nasa kaliwa, pero ang tinutukoy niya na area is to the right, pakanan. So, almost ma-shade niya yung majority or more than 50% of the normal curve. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, instead of subtraction dito, kasi kung mapapansin mo, mas marami yung white, di ba? Tapos ito 50%. Magsusubtract ka dito. Dito baliktad. The other half, yung right side na half is equivalent to 0.5. Tapos i-add mo yung kung anong area na ibibigay ng table. So kunwari, the Z-score, ganyan. So you're going to add 0.5. That is the area here, dun sa right. Tapos plus yung area na ibibigay nitong left. Okay? Ganon din. This one, dito, ang sinasabi dito, negative to the left, kasi yung shade niya is to the left of negative Z. Ito, nangyari dito, to the left pa rin, pero positive Z. Okay? So, kailangan lang ng konting remember, pag na-drawing nyo ng tama yung inyong shaded curve, 1 point na kasi yun. Okay? So, remember, ang objective natin ay pumasa. Hindi lang kung ano-ano yung dinadrawing natin sa exam natin. Okay. And lastly, kapag ang binigay ay parehong dalawang Z, di ba? Pag pareho ng sign, kunwari, both are positive between positive Z1 and then positive Z2, ibig sabihin, pareho silang nasa isang side nung distribution or nung normal curve, parehong nasa side. Same here. Pag negative, parehong negative between negative Z1 and between negative Z2, ibig sabihin parehong nasa left ng Okay? So, you need to shade na ganyan. Merong mga hindi naiintindihan yung nangyayari, pero mamaya, sige, papasadahan natin yung mga examples. So, remember, pag ganito yung mga operation, take a screenshot of this slide. Pag tama yung shaded regions ninyo, you should memorize or somehow understand na ganito dapat yung nangyayari. Kapag pag hindi tumama sa gitna yung shaded region, remember, ang priority operation is subtraction. Ito, tumama yung sa gitna. So, kapag tumama yung sa gitna, ibig sabihin, addition yun. Okay? Kasi i-add mo yung nasa gitna. Ito, nangyari, hindi tumama yung gitna. So, subtraction muna yung gagawin mo. Kaya lang, dahil dalawa yung shaded region, yung dalawang shaded region ay i-add mo sila. Pero ang una mong gagawin, isusubtract mo muna. So, remember, if the middle is not shaded, the operation should be subtraction. If the middle of the curve is shaded, the priority operation should be addition. Okay? So, napansin nyo ito, subtraction kasi hindi tumama sa gitna. So, hindi ko kayo iiwan without examples. For example, find the area to the left of Z equals negative 1.34. So, negative siya. So, we expect that the Z-score is at the left of the shade. Ganyan siya. Okay? Nasa left. Tapos, sinabi pa to the left. To the left of negative. So, we expect the area to be like this. Pag ganyan yung drawing nyo na shaded area, correct kayo. 1 point na kayo dyan. Then, you're going to perform subtraction. Kasi remember, hindi na shade yung gitna, di ba? So, subtraction yan. So, ano gagawin natin? 0.5 or the 50% minus minus yung area of the z. So, titignan nyo yung anong area dun sa 1.34. So, remember, kahit negative or positive yan, it's the same. Kasi remember, symmetrical yung yung table o yung normal distribution. So, kay positive or negative, pareho lang yung area na ibibigay ng z-score mo. So, look at the value of the area, yung shaded area, pag 1.34. So, that yields 0.05 minus the area of 1.34. And then, makikita natin sa table ay 0.4099. Okay? So, ima-minus natin yan. 0.05 minus 0.4099. Please bring simple calculators kasi I cannot help you with scientific calculators. Hindi ako marunong gumamit niyan sa ngayon kasi matagal na akong hindi nagfi-physics or chemistry or yung complicated stat. Pero this one is just simple arithmetic. Saka division lang naman yan. So, okay? So, 0.5 minus 0.4099 is equal to 0.901. Now, paano naging 9.01%? Remember, to convert a decimal to 100%, you just need to move 2 decimal places to the right. 1 and 2. So, magiging 9.01 and then don't forget to write the percentage. Okay? Meron iba dyan estudyante, ang ginagawa nila, nilalagyan nila ng percentage pero hindi nila minumove yung decimal places. So, ang sagot nila kunwari, 0.09%. Mali yun. Kailangan, kung i-convert mo siya into percentage, dalawa. You move the decimal place to the right and write the percent sign. Don't forget. Okay, next. What if find the area to the right? So, ito ay positive 2.30. So, we expect it to be at the right. Tapos, sabi pa niya, to the right. So, you're going to shade dun sa right nung positive 2.30. So, ang itsura ng bell shape natin ay nasa kanan. Tapos, shaded yung kanan. Okay? You may write the z value or pwedeng hindi. Ilagay mo lang yung z. Basta importante, tama yung shade, yung pagkaka-shade nyo dun sa mountain or sa bell. Okay? Pag to the right, yan, kanan. Tapos, pag z is positive, positive dapat. Nasa kanan dapat yung x. Andito yan. Then, you're going to shade to the right. Okay? And then, ano gagawin? You're going to do subtraction. Okay? So, again, 0.5 minus area of 2.30. So, that is 0.05 minus 0.4893. Okay? Then, pagka subtract mo, the area is 0.0107 or 1.07%. Napakaliit. Ngayon, mapapansin mo, pang illogical naman ito, sir. Pang laki-laki naman nung shade. Tapos, yung area lang pala niya is 1%. For me, for now, it doesn't matter. Okay, tama. Mas liitan mo. That's fine. Pero, ang importante is whether nasa right ba yung shade mo or nasa kaliwa and so on and so forth. So, 1 point na yan. Basta hindi parang ipapakita nyo sa akin na yung center ay malinis, not shaded. Remember, pag hindi shaded yung gitna, the operation that you're going to do is subtraction. Now, ito. Find the area between negative 0.78 and 1.87. Mga z-scores to, no? So, negative yung isa, tas positive yung isa. Ibig sabihin, you're going to shade from a negative z, which is from the left. Tapos, isi-shade mo throughout. Tatamaan yung mean, yung center. Tapos, pupunta siya sa kanan, which is positive 1.87. So, this is what your bell should look like. So, shaded region from left to right. So, anong operation ang gagawin natin? Addition. Kasi, na-shade yung gitna. So, you're going to add. So, yung area nung z na bibigay sa'yo ng table for z1, which is 0.78. And then yung area na ibibigay ng Z2, which is 1.87. Okay, ganyan. Okay, so I advise you to follow this process. Pero pag shinortcut ninyo, okay lang din naman. Kasi we have different means to solve it. Basta makita ko na lumabas ito. 0.2823 plus 0.4693. Ibig sabihin, ito yung area if the Z is 0.78. This is the area if the Z is 1.87. So, dahil shinade yung gitna, addition siya. Okay? So, i-add mo lang sila, 0.2823 plus 0.4693 equals 0.7516 or 75.16%. Okay? So, ang attack dito is sipag sa pagtingin sa Z-table at saka logic. Kailangan magaling tayo pag negative, ganyan, papakita. Pag negative pag dalawang Z ang binigay, ibig sabihin, dalawang Z yung kailangan mong i-plot. So, pag negative, dapat i-plot mo siya sa left side. Pag positive, i-plot mo siya sa right. And then, pag sinabing between, isi-shade mo yung between. Okay? At pag nakita nyo sa normal curve na tumama yung gitna sa shading, your operation should be addition. Next. Paano to? Pag sinabing find the area beyond Z is negative 123, which is Z1, and Z is positive 1.61. So, you need to combine them. Pero sila yung extreme sa left, saka extreme sa right. Anong itsura ng shape niyan? Ganyan. Okay? Ang clue dyan is beyond. Pag sinabi ng problem or ng question, beyond yun. Ibig sabihin, dito sa infinity yan. Infinity and beyond sa left. Pag negative, ganon. Pag positive, dito sa kanan yan, left. So, tinamaan bang gitna? Hindi. So, anong mangyayari dyan? Subtraction. Subtract mo muna yung 0.5 dito sa ibibigay na area dito. So, that is the resulting area nung shaded. So, you need to perform 2 times. So, yung isang operation sa left, subtraction sa left, isang operation ng subtraction sa right, and then eventually, kasi sabi dito, i-combine mo silang dalawa, therefore, i-add mo yung sinolve mong dalawa. So, ano mangyayari? So, yung una muna, yung first area, ito muna. So, 1.23. Ang lalabas dyan is 0.3907. So, 0.5 minus 0.3907, that is equivalent to 0.1093 or 10.93%. So, ibig sabihin doon sa kaliwa, the value is 1.1093. Ino-omit ko yung 0 when I say kasi dapat 0.1093, pero ino-omit ko yan. Minsan sasabihin ko lang 0.1093. It's the same. The value is the same. Okay? And then, sa kanan naman, yung operation sa kabila. A is equal to, yan, kung ano man yung value na ibibigay nung 161. 1.61. So, the value should be 0.4463. So, 0.05 minus 0.4463, the equivalent is 0.0537 or 5.37%. Okay? So, anong gagawin after? Yun na ba yung sagot? O pwede, kaya lang mamaminusan kita kasi hindi mo sila inad. Dapat i-add mo yung dalawa. So, 10.93 plus 5.57 is equal to 16.3% or 0.1630. Ngayon, kung nalito-lito ka sa mga decimal point or decimal places, titingnan ko, basta nakuha nyo yung 1630, o sige na, pagbibigyan ko na kayo. Kaya percent pa yan o decimal place kung mali-mali. Basta you arrive at 1630 or something near that value. Okay? Next, find the area to the right of negative. Okay, kanan to the right, yung shade, kaya lang negative. So, tatamaan yung gitna. What should it look like? Negative kasi yung Z mo, so it's on the left side. Tapos, pinapa-shade niya right throughout. So, tatama yung gitna. So, the operation should be addition. Ia-addition mo kasi na-shade yung gitna, di ba? So, ia-add mo yan. So, 0.5. The 0.5 here is the shaded area. Yung buong area from the center to the right. From the mean to the right. So, 0.5 plus ito. Yung area from 0 to negative 1.16. So, anong ibibigay ng table mo pag ang area, pag z is 1.16? So, it's 0.3770. So, you need to add 0.5 plus 0.3770. That's equivalent to 0.8770. Sa exam, napansin ko, nakuha nila yung ito. Pag 1.16, okay, makukuha niya 0.3770. Eh di 1 point na yon, ibig sabihin tama yung tingin niyo sa table, ano? Kaya lang, ano bang gagawin? Minus ba or addition? Subtraction ba or addition? Titingnan niyo yung table. Ay titingnan niyo itong graph. Pag tumama yung gitna, ibig sabihin more than 50% yung area na tinutukoy kasi 50 plus yung area dito sa kabila. So you need to add. Pag less than, pag hindi tumama yung gitna, ibig sabihin maliit lang yung area, you need to subtract yung 0.5. Okay? Paulit-ulit tayo. Next, what if parehong positive? Pag parehong positive, ganyan ang itsura niyan. So, 0.99 saka 2.02. Ganyan ang itsura niyan. Tinamaan ng gitna? Hindi. So, ano mangyayari? Subtraction. Question. Kailangan ba i-subtract natin sa 0.5? Hindi. Kasi hindi tumama sa infinity. Okay? Walang 0.5 na malalagay sa formula kasi walang infinity. So, magfo-focus lang tayo sa ibibigay na area ng mga z-scores nyo. So, subtraction, what will happen is, yung absolute value, kung ano mang value niya, negative or positive ng area, na ibibigay ng z1 at saka ng z2. So, ano yung ibibigay ng area ng 0.99, which is your z1, and then ano yung ibibigay na area ng 2.02, which is your z2. So, ayan, 0.3389 minus 0.4783. Pag minus mo yan, that is negative. But because I put it here, ganyan, remember, an area, just like probability, is always positive. 0 to positive 1 or positive 100. So, hindi pwedeng mag-negative. So, ang value niya is 0.1394 or 13.94%. Okay. Exercise. So yan. Pinagawa ko sa inyo yan sa seatwork, no? So dapat may sinabit kayo niyan. Okay? Review lang, ano? So the z-score is your the area under the normal curve are given in terms of z-values or scores. So, meron ibibigay na x sa'yo or given measurement or a random variable. Depende yan kung ano yung variable na yon sa example. Mu is the mean, population mean, and the sigma sa baba is your standard deviation. Ngayon, pareho lang yung mga gagawin dun sa previous exercises natin. Kaya lang this time, hindi agad binigay yung z. Ang binigay sa inyo ay x, mean, at saka yung standard deviation. The x, mu, at saka yung sigma. So, kumbaga, papag-computein muna namin kayo ng z bago kayo mag-proceed dun sa ginawa natin kanina. Yung pagtingin sa table, pag-drawing sa normal curve, and so on and so forth. So, example, you're going to compute for z of a determined area. Parang, ayan. So, given, kunwari, 38 x, mu is 50, and sigma is 10. Find the area to the left of x. So, instead of a z, ang lalagay na dito x. Pero it doesn't matter. Sige, kahit hindi nyo isulat yung 50 dito na mean, saka yung x dito na 38, that's fine. Basta makuha nyo yung correct na ano. But it will help if you write down na yung mean sa gitna is 50, and then yung x dito ay yung x dito ay 38. Para malaman mo na 38 is less than 50. Kaya karapat dapat siyang nasa left. Okay? Tapos ang sabi pa niya, find the area to the left of x. So remember, yung previous exercises, z yung given. This one, x lang. So ang gagawin ay compute for z. Okay, meron yung ibang estudyante, dalawang z yung nakita, pero dalawang x yung given, pero ang ginawa, isang z lang yung kinompute. Tapos yung dalawang x na dun sa iisang formula. Mali yun. Yung isang x, meron siyang equivalent na z. So kapag dalawang x yung nakita nyo, ibig sabihin dalawang z yung kukomputin nyo. Dito, isa lang yung x, 38. So isang z lang yan. So, ito pala drawing natin dito. Pero I will not require you to do this anymore. Basta i-drawing nyo yung tamang shading. Saka nasan yung x. Ganon. Okay? X is 38. Then, that's the formula of z equals x minus mu over sigma. Tandaan nyo yan. Or you can have a código about this formula. Sige. So, compute z. So, 38 minus 50 over 10. Okay? So, that is equivalent to negative 1.2. Again, negative. So, dapat nasa left. Okay? So, left of x, kaya naka-shade yung left. So, z is 1.2. What is the next step? You get the area dun sa table of, dun sa table. So, negative 1.2 is the same as positive 1.2. So, 1.2, ang area na ibibigay niyan is 0.3849. Remember, hindi tinamaan yung gitna, so the operation should be subtraction. So, tapos tinamaan yung infinity, kaya may 0.5. Okay? So, 0.5 minus 0.3849, it's equivalent to 11.51% or 0.1151. Subtraction lang yan. Simpleng subtraction. Please bring calculators tomorrow. Next, given x is 85, okay? Mu is 70. So, nasa taas naman siya. Mas mataas yung x, no? So, exercises na pala to. O, yun. So, may mga yan. Yung x1 saka x2, ganyan, dapat dalawang z yung kukomputin mo dyan. Tapos, between x1 and x2, negative ba yung x1? Kasi your mu is 50 So, 56 is less than 50. The z-score should be negative. Tapos, yung isa should be positive. 58 saka 50. So, your z2 should be positive. Okay? Yan. So, exercises nyo yan. So, dapat alam nyo kung paano yan computin. Nako, Lord. Nakagawa nyo ba yan? Seat work yan. Hindi na natin pag-uusapan. Let's go to problem solving. 43 minutes na, no? So, a standardized test score. So, isang problem solving is equivalent to 5 points, no, sa exam. So, a standardized test score is normally distributed with a mean of 75, okay? 75 yung gitna, and a standard deviation of 10. What is the probability that a randomly selected student scores above 89? Above 89. Ibig sabihin, 89 and above. First, nasan yung x na yan? Ang mean mo is 75. Yung mu mo, 75, nasa gitna. So, nasa ng 89 to the left or to the right? Since mas mataas, dun siya sa right. So, ibig sabihin, your x is in here. Okay? Your x is in here. So, should be 89. Tapos, sinabing n above, so that is to the right. Pag sinabing n above, mas mataas sa 89. So, to the right yun. Okay? Okay. So, eto hindi ko na i-require i-label yung yung normal curve nyo. Okay? So, mu is 75, sigma is 10, x is 89. So, the formula is z equals, yan. So, it should be positive 1.4. And then, the area in the table will give you, 0.4192. Pero dahil, yun nga, hindi nga tinamaan yung gitna, the operation should be subtraction. At tinamaan yung pinakakanan, yung infinity, so you should have 0.5. So, 0.5 minus 0.4192. So, that is equal to 0.0808 or 8.8%. Dun sa problem, complete the sentence. Dito hindi ko nalagay Kaya yung iba hindi nagsulat ng complete the answer. What is the probability that a randomly selected student scores above 89? So, the probability, so iano lang to, the probability that a student scores above 89 is, or above 89 is 8.08%. Ganun lang yung statement na kailangan yung isulat sa dulo para perfect yung score. Ayun, the probability that a randomly selected student scores above 89 is 2.87%. Next, a factory produces bolts with a length normally distributed around 5 cm with a standard deviation of 0.2. What percentage of bolts are longer than 5.3 centimeters? So, normally distributed around 5 centimeters. So, this is the mean kasi around Diba? Pag sinabing around, ito yung pinapalibutan. So, ito yung gitna. So, 5 centimeters. Tapos, ang standard deviation is 0.2. What percentage of bolts are longer than 5.3? So, 5.3 is higher than 5. So, the x is higher than your mean or mu. So, your z is expected to be positive. Hindi pala na Hindi pala natin na solve. Ito naman. The monthly salary is a normal distribution with a mean of 50,000 and standard deviation of 15,000. What is the probability that a randomly chosen employee earns less than 42,000? So, 42,000 is x, which is less than your mean. So, pag drawing nyo yung standard, yung normal curve, dapat ang itsura niya ay, ang pangit naman ito, nandito ang shading mo sa kaliwa. Less than 42,000. So, your x is in here. Okay? So, pag kinompute nyo yan, expected, your z should be negative. Dapat negative yung z ninyo. And then, dahil hindi tumama sa gitna, the operation that you will do is subtraction. Problem 4. Human body temperature. So, the normal body temperature is normally distributed with a mean of 98.6 Fahrenheit and a standard deviation of 0.7. What percentage of adults have a body temperature between 97.5 and 99.5? So, ang masasabi ko dyan, dalawa yung x, di ba? So, dalawang z yung hahanapin mo. Compute mo muna itong z na to, compute mo muna yung z na ito. This one is less than the mean, so the z is negative. This one is greater than the mean, so yung z nito is positive. Sinabing between, so between a negative and a positive z, tatamaan yung gitna, yung mean, when you shade it. So, the operation, dahil tinamaan ng gitna at walang kinalaman yung mga infinity, yung mga sides, the operation is addition at hindi lalagyan ng 0.5 yung formula. Lastly, university entrance exam. Yun. So, ito, 650 yung mean, tapos standard deviation of 90. 700 and 800 are both positive kasi yung z nila ay positive kasi parehong x ay greater than the mean, which is 650. So, ibig sabihin, parehong nasa kanan yan. So, yung x1 saka yung x2 mo ay nasa kanan. Therefore, yung z1 saka yung z2 mo nasa kanan din. Tapos, tinamaan ba yung gitna? Mukhang hindi. So, ang gagawin mo, subtraction. Tapos, meron bang to the right or to the left? Or, yung kanina? Beyond Ibig sabihin, tinamaan ba yung infinity, yung pinaka-sides ng kanan at kaliwa? Hindi. Therefore, hindi ka gagamit ng 0.5 sa formula mo dun sa area. You will not use the area of 0.5. Hanapin mo lang yung area na ibibigay nitong dalawang to. So, yan, mga seat work. Hopefully, nagawa nyo ng maayos to mga to. And then,